Hey everyone, thanks again for tuning into Sin's Workshop here on YouTube. We're having a great day. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about A Curse of Ash and Embers by Joe Spurrier. Yes, Spurrier. Spurrier. Anyway, this is a novel I was slightly disappointed by. I was really interested in the story. So thank you, publisher, for giving me a copy of this to review. I just wish. Sorry. I live in Florida. I thought there was a lizard. It's just my kid's cord for his. You don't care. Anyway, thank you, publisher, for giving me a copy of this book. I do appreciate it. I was a little disappointed ultimately by this novel. The reason being is I wanted more from it. I felt like there are a lot of different elements to make this story, and they do work together to make a cohesive story. That's not my problem with it. My problem is, okay, I have two problems. The pacing. Ultimately, I was bored by this novel. I really was. I was just like trying to wake myself up as I was reading it. And that has to do with the pacing. I think it's just very, very slow. And with everything that's going on, it just kind of tries to do one story at a time instead of just doing them all cohesively together. Yes, I know I said they do work together to make a cohesive story. That's because it's like there are three parts to this story. You've got one part with the warlock. You've got another part trying to find out the mystery of Elodie's letter sending her to go work for this witch, and then you have this other part dealing with the Grisha, the original Blackbone witch. Okay, they work together. I'm not saying that they don't. It just feels like there are three separate, distinct parts. Yes, they intermingle here and there to give an overall cohesive plot line, but I don't think that they flow. It's like, here's a story, pause. Here's another story, pause. We're going to reference a little bit of that one, pause. It felt really bogged down by details. Not details, by trying to do each story on its own. Sorry if I'm like squinting a lot, because my eyes are just so dry lately. Allergies. I live in Florida. AC's on all the time. Maybe when it's nicer weather out, I'll start recording outside. Who knows? Anyway, I felt like it dragged. I really did feel like it dragged, and I was just ultimately bored. And I think another reason why I was bored was because Elodie is not that captivating as the main protagonist. You're following Elodie. That's who you're following in this novel. And I just think it falls short on her characterization. I don't think she is the most pardon me. I don't think she's the most captivating character, and that's what really bothered me about this novel, because she is endearing in her own way. I'm not saying she's not. I just think that there should have been a little bit more devotion to making her vibrant and colorful, and she gets swept up in all this madness, and she has no idea why. There's nothing really special about her. She doesn't have some secret magic in her. No, she's a girl. She's an illiterate girl who came from a family that didn't really want her, so they sent her off to get rid of her, except they really didn't. And she is here now, trying to make the best of it, and she can't quite figure out how. So that's that. So there's nothing really special about her. Her personality doesn't really just jump off the pages either. You're reading her, she she's not two-dimensional or one-dimensional. She does have a personality. She is different. You can relate to her, but I don't really know how to phrase it. I just wasn't captivated by her. I felt like she was bland. There you go. That's the word, bland. She's caught up in all of this magic, and she's just kind of just like, okay, what next? Kind of thing. I do think she has some good one-liners in the novel. When she has to like chop at this demon tree, and she looks at herself, she's like, I'm going to bed. And her internal narrative in that scene is actually really funny. You're just like, oh, this poor girl. And her reaction, she's able to. This is what I do like about her. She is able to hold her own. She does rise to the occasion. She doesn't let all the madness just kind of destroy her and confuzzle her. She does remain whole. And she does grow. I'm not saying she doesn't grow. I just think her personality does fall short. I do think a little more time should have been spent to fleshing out the story, fleshing out her characterization, and making her a little bit more vibrant. Because they're witches. I do like what's her name? Alicia. I think that's how you pronounce it. The second Blackbone witch, Grisha's apprentice, who Aleda. I think it's Aleda. But I do think that there is something to be said about their dynamics. This is the story about witches. You're expecting a little bit more, I guess, umph, a little bit more passion from these characters, and I think it just kind of falls short, unfortunately. And that's the part that kind of, that's what disappointed me. I think I'm gonna sneeze. Oh God. Sorry. Someone gave me some advice to do some light exercise before I started recording. I did it and it didn't help clear my sinuses a whole bunch. So thank you for that advice. It really did help me sneeze a lot and just my sinus allergies have been really bad lately. I'm sure you've noticed if you've been watching. But still feel another sneeze coming on. Anyway, let's wrap this up before I do sneeze. I expected more oomph from it, and it just kind of flopped down. It's like I got this book and it just flopped down in my lap, and I'm just like reading it. I wish I had been more engaged in the storytelling. I really do. I did. I wanted more from it. Let me say that. I did want more from it ultimately. And that's the part that hurts, because I was so looking forward to it, and I was so excited when the publisher gave me a copy to read and review. So I was like, thank you. Because there's the book 2, and I was just like, ooh, I want to read book 2, but I can't read book 2 until I read book 1, and book 1 looks really cool. And then I was just kind of let down. Sorry. So this means I'm not going to get any more copies from the publisher of books. But you know what? The dynamic between the two is interesting. I'll say that. That's one of the saving graces in this novel. Well, no, there are two saving graces. The dynamic between Elodie and the Blackbone Witch, I love their dynamic. The witch is very reserved. She's just kind of like, all right, kid, let's go do this thing. And Elodie's like, all right, I'll be your faithful sidekick. So I do like that they're fun, and Elodie doesn't give up on her, and she just to stand up for her a lot with the townspeople. I did enjoy their relationship and the growth of their dynamic in their relationship. I really did like that. And there is some really beautiful and unique imagery in this novel. I enjoyed that as well, ultimately. So I mean, it's okay. It wasn't terrible. I just wanted more from it, and I really wanted more vitality I guess, because it really did in the end bore me. I think my eyes are dry because I've been reading so much lately. But I wanted more. I will say that I wanted more from it, and I just didn't get what I wanted from it, unfortunately. So, yeah, sad face. Anyway, this was A Curse of Ashen Embers by Joe Spurrier. If you want to go ahead and purchase it, I recommend purchasing it off of bookshop.org. I will include a link in the description below. I'm never not going to include a link for a book, you know. Just because I wasn't a fan doesn't mean you might not be. If you check it out, if you can't afford it, which, trust me, I understand. I do recommend checking it out from your local library. Libraries are a great resource for the community, and they definitely deserve all our support. And I hope you will continue to support me by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and sharing it with all your book-loving friends. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I give this book 3 stars, in case I think I missed that. 3 stars. I don't know where my head's at today. Anyway, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And as always, happy reading.